I'm like, yo, Diddy, you better lawyer up. You better lawyer up. Why? Because Gene Square was putting all those allegations out there, right? Then what happened? The Cassie thing dropped the lawsuit, and then she got the stuff in her lawsuit. She's making references to what Gene Square was saying, right? Boom, what happens after that? Homeland Security, comes. They get notice of all this stuff because everybody's on the internet talking like the R. Kelly. Then here come the Diddy docs. Then TMZ do they joint. Then bam, then Diddy's indicted in jail. Same thing, R. Kelly formula. And he won't be the last. It'll be somebody else after Diddy if they don't pay attention to the Mann Act. Because the Mann Act is the law that's making them being able to indict them when the statute of limitations is up on these crimes. Because what we saw on CNN with Cassie is domestic violence. That ain't sex trafficking, right? But even if it was sex trafficking, the statute of limitations would be up. But with being that they're using the Mann Act like they did with R. Kelly, that law is probably like 116 years old right now. That's what they use for Jack Johnson, to convict Jack Johnson, and that's the law that they used on R. Kelly, and that's what they're using on Diddy right now. So that's why it looks strange that R. Kelly, it looks strange. R. Kelly went to jail for RICO, but he the only person in jail. Diddy is now being charged with a RICO, but he's the only person in jail. Diddy got one girlfriend. R. Kelly had two, right? These are their girlfriends. These are their ladies. We know Cassidy been with him for 10 years. Even after the video in 2016, she was with him for 2 more years, right? But how you sex trafficking one woman? And that's your lady, right? But people ain't paying attention. They just, Diddy's the demon. All they had to do is put the video out. R. Kelly had the P tape, right? So for him, he was done. Everybody already had the tainted memory that even though that was 100 years ago, and then Aaliyah, that he had this thing for young girls. But when he went to jail, he didn't go to jail for that. That ain't what he in jail for. He's not in jail for pedophilia, right? Same thing with Diddy. Diddy's gonna look up and be convicted for one girl, bro. Everybody else, all those is civil lawsuits. Those are allegations. Damn near everybody in the civil lawsuit, the statute of limitations is up on the stuff that they talking about. But with the RICO and the Mann Act, they'll be able to go and charge Diddy for before he was even born.
I think everybody kind of knows a lot of those allegations are fake. But I think that Cassie stuff, man. Cassie, she accuses him of in the lawsuit, man. I think the Cassie testifying.
A lot of Cassie's sexual activities, allegedly, I will say, is consensual. She been with him for 10 years, bro. She get to pick the dudes that she want to sleep with, allegedly, right? If he's sitting there beating off, right? And she's and watching and videoing.
Good y'all, it's OB Media. Choke No Joke goes crazy and he goes up Diddy. He said that Cassie lawsuit, that is where Diddy life was ruined. Shit was just getting out of pocket. Man, this shit was just wild, man. Diddy was getting guys with BBC to bang Cassie while he be directing that shit and be beating off his meat in the corner. This ninja was a super freak. He was really on some freaky timing, man. So I don't understand. Cassie's gonna came out and said that Diddy grape her. I don't believe that shit. She was given consent to do all of these freak off. She wanted to be a freak. She liked when guys pee on her, then have sex with her. So Cassie was always nasty. All of these people are just nasty in this industry, man. But it is what it is, man. You need to watch a full video. Let's get it.
And she's sleeping with the guy. How is that? When she left out of that room, she didn't run to the precinct?
Well, I mean, I don't know about all the situations. I just know the situation she talks about in the lawsuit, that it didn't have anything to do with any other guys or anything else. It was just them two.
I think the situation you're talking about is, I think once they had broke up or they had a fight or something, he showed up allegedly to her crib and they wasn't in good standings, and you know, he kind of allegedly, you know, took the coochie when I think at the time they wasn't in, like I said, in good standing. I think that's one of the things in the court case where she's saying that he took the coochie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what is the Diddy party like? You know,
a Diddy party? The Diddy party is off the chain. Like, you know, I've been to Diddy party at Aston Kutcher House. I've been to Diddy parties in clubs. I've been to Diddy parties, white parties. Ain't no party like a Diddy party, the regular party. Like, you want to be there. You know what I'm saying? More than likely, it's open bar. More than likely, it's free hors d'oeuvres and food going around. It's celebrities, not more in sections like VIP. Everybody's amongst each other, hanging out and kicking it. And you're going to have the best DJs, whether it's a Kid Capri or a SNS. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have the baddest models serving drinks. You know, it's the best party. I don't know nobody that threw a better party than Diddy outside of the tunnel.
So with everybody accusing Diddy of having these weird parties, you know, is any of that true, or was there like an after party where these things would happen?
Well, I don't know, because I was never in a party where it was sexual activity going on.
Okay. I seen you said one time that Diddy tried to hit on you?
Yeah. He did at Steve Rifkin's house. What year was that? Maybe 2009? I think. Might have been 2009. I can't remember. It's pictures on the internet of that day. But yeah, it was after BET Awards. And then I think Loud had an after party, maybe at Mr. Chow's, I think. And then after that, me, Little Kim, and Hillary went over to Steve Rifkin's house to meet up with Diddy and them over there, because he told Kim to meet him over there. And we went over there, and he started giving me googly eyes. And and I'm like, all right, it's time to get out of here. And we got up out of there.
Was that the only time anything like that happened?
With him? Yeah.
Yep. There was other times it happened with like other guys and stuff?
What you mean?
Was there any other? What you said, was that the only time with him? Was there like?
What do you mean? Other guys trying to hit on me?
Yeah, in the industry.
Hell yeah! At BET, the president at the time was really weird.
It's a normal thing then.
No, it's a normal thing within they circles. Like that guy, he hangs with Diddy. And Diddy and all that's what they call a gay boule in the industry. The boule, those guys that's in that fraternity allegedly. I won't say the fraternity, but a lot of them, they Democratic supporters and undercover gay cult allegedly.
You had mentioned a time when Faith Evans and Little Kim had an incident at a Diddy party?
That was at Ashton Kutcher house.
Okay.
Yeah. We was leaving, this is when Little Kim and Faith wasn't cool. This is after Big died. They still haven't talked in all those years. Me and Kim was living, we both was living in LA at the same time, under the same roof. I'll just say, I ain't gonna say no more than that. Not to, just me and her, but I was working on a project. She was staying with somebody, and we both were staying with this person at the same time, right? So me and Kim, we kind of lived together for like at least 5-6 months together, right? So me and Kim and who else? Me, Kim, Hillary, we went to Diddy's white party. And when we was in the white party, Faith Evans, she came over to Kim and was like, "Oh, Kim." We had walked in. She was like, "Oh, Kim, how you doing? I love you, Kim. I love you." And Kim was like, "You love me? You love me? Like, chick, please." Right? And so, we went in the party. We partied. So after the party was over, we was leaving, going back to the house, me and Kim. And we walked by a car. I can't remember what kind of car it was, but Faith was sitting in the car when we walked by it. So when we walked by it, we walking up the hill to go to our car, and Kim says, "Choke, I want to go talk to Faith." I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." And so I had just put Kim in the car, and and then I think she rolled down the window and was like, "Y'all want to go talk to Faith?" And I'm looking at her like, Kim, like, oh God. She was like, "Nah, I want to go talk to her. I want to approach her." So I'm like, all right. She get back out the car. We walk back down to the car where Faith is in, right? So Kim walked up to Faith or whatever. I think Faith got out the car or whatever. So we walked down, and Faith is there with her husband at the time, and but he was like off to the side for a minute. So Kim tell Faith, "Yo, I want to talk to you," or whatever. So Kim and Faith get to him. So Kim like, yo, why you playing? Why you gonna sit there and say that you love me? Why you gonna say that you love me? And she like, "Kim, I do love you. I ain't got no problem with you." Woo. So now they start talking. It ain't really no beef. They being very peaceful about it. It ain't no yelling. It ain't no, it ain't no hands waving in the face. But Kim's just like, "Yo, why would you say you love me? Like, you don't love me." And Faith is like, "No, Kim, I do love you. I ain't got no problem with you." The Faith husband comes walking up, and he takes his camera out, and he go to take a picture of them, So when he go to take the picture, I smack his hand down. Bang. Yo, no pictures. Right? Like, yo, who like, yo, he like, "Yo, man, Faith, my wife." I was like, all right, that's cool. But let them talk. But no pictures. You know what I'm saying? So, man, get out of here, man. We like, tell me I can't take no picture of my wife. So they still told he go to take another picture. He can raise his hand and take the picture again. I smack the camera down again. Bang! Try to smack it out of his hand. Right? So I said, "Yo, no pictures, yo." Right? So then me and him start to get ready to tussle, and we getting ready to get fighting or whatever. Then Hillary runs over there, and Devontae from Jodeci, he run over there, and Dennis L. White. They all run over there. They see me and Faith husband tussling. We getting ready to fight and everything. And then they come break it up. Yo, that's Choke. Yo, that's hard. Yo, that's Faith husband. Yo, that's Choke. Yo, he cool. And then he like, yo, man, I can't take no picture of my wife with her. I said, you know what? This shit is over. Come on, Kim. I grabbed Kim's hand and we walked off. So they never got to finish the conversation. And somewhere down the line, later on, they made up and they made peace. But the conversation with them started with Faith saying she loved Kim with us going in the party, and then after the party, you know, Kim making the initiation to talk to Faith to reconcile anything. But then that got blew up by me and Faith's husband because he tried to take the picture. And I didn't want him to take no picture. I didn't feel like it was a Kodak moment. You know what I'm saying? I felt like if they was going to squash their beef or whatever, after all the stuff they went through with Big, ain't no taking no pictures. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with Faith and Kim. But, you know, Faith and Kim is cool now. So all that is just water under the bridge.
You know, I think one thing you kind of have talked about quite a bit, man, is the Rockefeller breakup. So, you know, being around everybody, Dame and everybody, you know, when was like your first, you know, time seeing and realizing like, okay, like this shit is about to be over?
It was a buildup of things for me to say that it was going to be over. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first thing that I noticed was when we had the a marketing meeting for the Blueprint 2 album, and they played us the 03 Bonnie and Clyde video for the first time. And we was on 59th Street, Columbus Circle, one of these hotels or whatever. And it was like the staff was up there. You know, I remember Emmanuel and everything. I think even Shaka Pilgrim was there. But it was a lot of us there, and they played the video for the first time. And when the video went off, you know, 03 Bonnie and Clyde is a remake of Tupac's Me and My Girlfriend. So when it goes off, I say, yo, man, why Jay-Z doing Tupac's song over? Tupac ain't Jay-Z, right? And everybody looked at me like, so that was like my first time I noticed it was something, because Dame goes, somebody tell Jay what Choke said. And I'm like, damn, why you want to tell him what I said, right? But that's Dame wanting Jay to know the real reaction he gonna get, because me, it ain't, you know, and this is like one of my first meetings at Rockefeller. Me, I'm not playing politically correct. I'm still super street. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna say what I feel. So when I said that and everybody got silent and looked around, all you heard was Dame say, yo, somebody tell Jay what Choke said, because that's what the streets is gonna say. So that was my first time I noticed something. The second time I knew there was some type of division is when Dame called me to shoot Jay's The Give Back concert at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And I was shooting it, and then Jay, I could see him like, yo, who this dude shooting? And then Jay, little man, goes over to Dame and was like, yo, who this dude shooting? And Dame like, yo, he's shooting for us. He down with me. He down with Rockefeller. Jay, little man, go over to him like, yo, he down with Rockefeller. Dame said he worked for Rockefeller. Jay tell him, yo, man, get that camera. At the end of the show, they try to cause hysteria, whatever, throw a drink or whatever. They jump me for the camera. Dame and them, Jay, team, they take my camera, whatever. This is how I knew that there was a separation between them, right? From there, then it was the Dipset situation
But
happened.
hold on 1 second. How bad did they jump you? Was it bad?
It was about 5, 6 dudes trying to get the camera. One of the dudes went and tried to kick the camera out of my hand because I was holding it, and I moved it, and his foot kicked me in the chin and made my bottom teeth slam up to my top teeth, and I fractured my jaw. I dropped the camera. They grabbed it, ran out the back of the Hammerstein Ballroom, and that was that. I was in the hospital, for probably about a week. My jaw got wired.
This interview is interesting, man. Choke no joke ain't playing. Man, Diddy been doing a lot of stuff for so long, and we had to hold him accountable. A lot of people never thought that Diddy would ever go to jail because Gene and Deal, Jagger Wright, everyone been exposing Diddy and been talking that Diddy is a demon. He's working for the devil. He been doing a lot of stuff for so long. He set up Sean so that Sean can go to jail. And the lady said that Diddy was the person that shoot her in the face. So Diddy was doing crime for so long, and we had to get him and get him in jail for all of the bullshit that he was doing. And what he did Cassie in that hallway, that was some real sucker shit. That is where everything come crashing down for Diddy when that video came out. Because Diddy came out and said that they're lying on him. They're assassinating his character. And then everyone got to realize the demon that Diddy really is. He was stomping the shit out of that girl. And Cassie was just a little small girl. If Cassie was my sister, I would have smacked the shit out of the diddler, man. I would have beat him so hard, he would have to get me killed. Because I would have smacked that ninja so bad. Because all of the shit that he been doing for so long, we had to do something about it, man. He was getting out of control and think that it was okay for using people, drugging people, getting people to have sex on tape. He be blackmailing a lot of people, man, and doing all type of crazy shit. But people been saying that Diddy always been zesty. Always been a zest monster. He be clapping a lot of cheeks in this industry and sexual assaulting guys. Man, this ninja was flying in dudes to bang his chick, and then when they're finishing, he rubbed the cum on his nipples. Who the hell would do that shit? Man, Diddy was really a weird type of ninja. One tells a bottle of baby oil, and all of the shit was laced. So everyone was saying that he was drugging the alcohol at the parties. He was doing all type of shit, and he was taking everybody's phones. So even if Diddy got you in the room and Diddy did something to you, you can't do shit because you signed an NDA. But everything is coming to tuition right now. Everyone is coming out. Everyone is building a lawsuit. So a lot of people are saying that most of these ninjas are looking money grab. But I can't be a man and Diddy sexually assault me and I just take that shit. I would have smacked that ninja so hard. I would have wobbled to the kitchen, get a knife, and do some shit. Because I wasn't just gonna take that. If someone is just gonna violate your manhood like that, man, you're a crazy playboy. Take that. Because Diddy is a real bad boy. He ain't up to nothing good. This ninja always getting freaky. He's just a freaky type of ninja that needs to come out of a closet. But it is what it is, man. It's OB Media. Have a blessed day.
Ew, this is disgusting. This male escort says, of all the things Howard allegedly witnessed during his time with Diddy and Cassie, one thing stood out to him as the strangest. Quote, the weirdest thing was they used to physically collect my spooge in a cup. Hey, Mrs. Barbie, they collected my... He uses the S-E to the E, S-E-M to the E to the N word. They collected my spooge for like a year. At one point, the escort asked Diddy about the creepy collection, and the disgraced mogul gave an explanation. He told me, I like to see her play with it and drink it. What's wrong with that? Diddy told the escort. I was like, to each his own. But after that, they never asked me about it again. They never collected it. Oh my God. In episode 4 of the new Diddy documentary, producer Lil Rod claimed that Diddy's son, Justin Combs, was present at a freak-off. They'll be doing these freak-offs, he says, and it'd be Puff and Justin in the room with multiple women. Closed doors and lots of music and lots of